Hello, thank you for joining us. My name is Justin Shirkey. I'm on the organizing committee for the Crosse 1 Million Cups. I'm here with Jackie Vick from Jackie Vick Growth Partners. Jackie had the opportunity to present with our group about 6 months ago. Jackie, how has what has been the impact of your presentation on your business? How have things changed since you had the opportunity to kind of get in front of the community and share about your business?
Yeah. So a lot of changes in 6 months, and I'll answer the first part of your question first, like what has changed. And I think the biggest changes have been more clients, which is fun, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, being able to support more businesses in their growth journey has been amazing, and really, it's why I got into this, right? Was to be able to help other people. And from the perspective of the 1 Million Cups community, it's a hard journey sometimes when you are kind of selling yourself.
Absolutely.
And selling your knowledge and your skills and your experience. Sometimes you feel like maybe that your services and what you have to offer is not that important, or you feel a little bit intimidated. And so at my presentation at 1 Million Cups, one of the biggest things that happened was the group really affirming me and telling me that what I had to offer was something that leaders would really be interested in. And so in those quiet moments when you get a little bit in your head about things, that affirmation has been really helpful for me to lean back into.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Now, has there been any strategic changes or kind of like ways that you conduct your business that maybe resulted from some of the conversations?
Yeah, I think one of my biggest learnings, and it may have happened at 1 Million Cups, but I think also just time and experience. You know, when you first go out on your own, you tend to underestimate how long it's going to take to really get flow going.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. And so you're eager and you're excited. And so being comfortable with knowing that this journey is going to take a little bit longer was something that kind of evolved for me.
Sure. They kind of help normalize that.
Yeah. And just getting a stronger comfort level with knowing that clients weren't just going to come flocking to you right away, right? It's gonna take some time.
Absolutely.
And building that comfort. I think the other kind of strategic change for me was I'm still very much rooted in the methodology of the Pinnacle Business Operating System. But one of the things that I learned was how to really more individualize and tailor my services to the needs of the business owner. Not every business is going to need the full Pinnacle package from day one. So being able to really listen to the business leader and help create a package of services that I can bring to them that's going to help them, rather than trying to sell that whole Pinnacle package. So I think some of the lessons that I've learned in the last 6 months that have helped me create the momentum of clients coming to me have centered around just being very authentic and who I am. But then also not maybe putting all of my eggs in one basket per se. So I have some clients that have come from Facebook, some clients that have come from referrals from other people. And each of those times, it's been me kind of leading with a genuine desire to help that person. So one example is somebody on Facebook that I did not know had put out a post indicating that they were struggling with some personal and professional problems and just needed somebody to talk to. And my heart went out and I just said, I'd be happy to talk. And we talked 2-3 times. And that led to her saying, I think I need more of you. And I want to engage with you on a professional level now. And that was not the intent of me, how I started
Sure.
interacting with her. So being able to just lead with that genuine desire to support and help somebody else in their business and share what I know helped her personally, but then also was helping her professionally and really growing her business and having it be more profitable and successful for her than it was. I think also showing up multiple times. I was just sharing this with somebody else recently that when you start your business, you network broadly, and then you start to discern which networks really feel like you, and which networks are and which opportunities are going to be valuable for you, not just from a business perspective, but from a personal perspective too. And as you get busier, you have to determine how to use your time.
Right.
Like you're serving your clients, so you can't network as much. So where do you want to put your time is something that's important to think about and consider. One of the other obstacles that I've had to overcome is really recognizing the length of that decision cycle. So when a potential client is thinking about engaging with somebody, they first have to kind of recognize that they have a challenge, and then secondly have to recognize that they have a comfort level of being comfortable enough to reach out to a third party.
Sure.
And trust that third party to
And that
come
can be
in.
a scary step for them.
Absolutely. And so that creates kind of a long decision cycle for a business leader, and that's uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
For me and other people who are starting their business. You have one discussion and maybe two, and you're eager to get in and support them, but really developing that trusting relationship takes a while. So I've had to adjust in my thinking about that. So that's been a challenge that I've had to overcome.
Sometimes it can be months or even years before they actually take action in a professional capacity.
Yeah. I've heard of other business owners that people that they have talked to 2 years ago reached out now saying that they're ready. So you don't ever know what that decision cycle is going to look like and be like.
So there's part of like just that exposure, being out there, people hearing your message, but then also waiting for that opportunity, that need to become significant enough that they take action. And then at that time, they'll think back to, oh, I know Jackie Vick. She's the person to talk to about this.
Right. Sometimes it's when the volume of the noise and the pain becomes so uncomfortable that they're ready to look at the solution. And so sometimes I also feel like it's my job to help them understand the cost of not taking action and weigh that against the benefit of really moving forward and what that can do for them.
So moving forward, Jackie, what is the future looking like for your business?
Yeah, so I've got some kind of exciting things in the pipeline. One of the things that I realized is that being a CEO is kind of isolating and lonely. And as I'm working with CEOs, there are things that I'm hearing this person talk about that this person up here would really benefit from. So I'm working to put together a CEO peer group where I can bring CEOs together and have them share some of their information and support each other. And then I can facilitate and troubleshoot and share information on systems and structure that will support them as well.
That's a really great idea. I mean, a lot of what 1 Million Cups is about is that we're all, even though we're in a lot of different industries, a lot of times we're solving the same problem.
Right. Yep. So being able to utilize each other and support each other for that. The other thing that I'm working on is a business structure and system for nonprofits. The systems and structure that I use can very much be applicable for nonprofits, but sometimes the language that we use for nonprofit versus for-profit and the vocabulary can be a little bit different. So also working toward building that out and being able to support some of our nonprofit friends in the area too.
That's great.
yeah, I'm excited about both of those things.
So one of the things we always ask at the end of 1 million cups is how can we as a community support you in your business?
Oh, well, a couple things come to mind. Continuing to be that affirming community that 1 Million Cups already is. Being able to be the cheerleader for each other as we all continue down that path is really important. And then secondly, just helping get the word out when you hear about a business owner who maybe some of the pain of growing is starting to become too uncomfortable, and they need structure and systems in place in order to help them really build the business that they're dreaming about. Just thinking of me and bringing up my name and being able to make an introduction would be fantastic.